Good Holy, I am Imelika Mental. I am going to discuss about cerebral palsy. So what is cerebral palsy? So when we say cerebral palsy, it is a physical disability caused by brain injury during pregnancy, birth, or shortly after birth. Cerebral palsy affects people in different ways and can affect body movement, muscle control, muscle coordination, muscle tone, reflex, posture, and balance. This ability is a lifelong condition and it's different for everybody. While the brain injury that causes it doesn't change over time, the wear and tear of living with cerebral palsy often means that people with cerebral palsy experience age-related changes like increased muscle weakness and decreased balance much earlier than people with cerebral palsy. In the United States, it is estimated that there are approximately 1 million people living with cerebral palsy. Worldwide, the incidence of cerebral palsy is 1 in 500 births. There are currently 18 people in the world who have cerebral palsy. There's no single cause of cerebral palsy, though prematurity and stroke are the two biggest causes of cerebral palsy. There are signs and symptoms that you must need to know if your babies and children have cerebral palsy. So first, in the babies category, so low muscle tone, unable to hold its own head while lying on their stomach or in a supported sitting position, muscle spasms or feeling stiff, poor muscle control, reflexes and posture, feeding or swallowing difficulties, delayed development can sit up or independently roll over by 6 months. So in the toddlers and children category, depending on the level of severity of their cerebral palsy, toddlers and children may experience difficulties with their physical development such as not walking by 12 to 18 months, not speaking simple sentences by 24 months. We proceed to the types of cerebral palsy. So by the body part, first is quadriplegia. This types affects all four limbs, both arms and both legs. A person's torso, facial, and oral muscles are often affected too. Triplegia. These types affects three limbs, one arm, and both legs. A person's torso, facial, and oral muscles may be affected too. Diplegia. This type affects both legs. A person's arm may be affected to a lesser extent. Hemiplegia. These types affects one side of the body. People can either have right side hemiplegia, affecting the right arm and leg, or left side hemiplegia, affecting their left arm and leg. Approximately 40% of people with cerebral palsy have hemiplegia. Monoplegia. These types affects only one limb. Let's proceed to brain injury location. Plastic cerebral palsy. It's located to motor cortex damage. So this type causes muscles to appear stiff and tight. Dyskinetic cerebral palsy. It's located to basal ganglia damage. So this type is characterized by involuntary movement. So ataxic cerebral palsy is located to cerebellum damage. So this type is characterized by shaky movements and affects a person's balance and sense of positioning in space. And the last one is mixed cerebral palsy. It's located to the combination damage. So mixed cerebral palsy means that someone's brain is injured in more than one location and they will experience symptoms from multiple types of cerebral palsy.